Welcome to Empires of the Undergrowth. Hello and welcome back everyone, this is Takehitsu from Takehitsu Gaming. So I know it's been about a year, but that year has been filled with lots of challenges, so to speak. And now I have moved beyond those challenges and I'm going to start up the YouTube channel yet again and pick up kind of where we left off. I'm going to start all over again with all the different games because I don't remember where I'm at with them either. But here we are. The first selection was Empires of the Undergrowth. And do I not have volume? I have volume. Just doesn't sound very good. That would probably be why. Okay, well we'll leave the music volume on a little bit. Anyways, so this is a game that I have personally come to love very much, and so I will be introducing all of you to it. Alrighty, so this is your formicarium, and the whole idea behind a formicarium is...
I see the Queen has taken well to her new home.
It's fascinating. She has already started to spawn. Incredible, really, that we found such a healthy specimen.
How long until we can expect to see interspecies polymorphism?
We should be patient and allow the colony to grow first. I've placed food nearby. Then we will introduce the Formica fusca and observe their reaction.
Excellent. Keep me updated on their progress.
Alrighty, so this game's basically it's a real-time strategy where you are kind of controlling ants, although the controls are very different from other real-time strategy games. And yeah, so I'm gonna make a food chamber right here, and then we're gathering these seeds right here, and this will help us get started. The formicarium is kind of like your main base. You do quests on the side while you're sitting here building up your formicarium. That makes sense. It's kind of like your formicarium is your main base, and then you're deploying to the quests, which is an interesting perspective, but that's how it works. So let's see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a food chamber. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and we're going to build our first chamber for ants, and we'll make it... Let's do this. We'll go out 3. Like this. Oh, and that's as many as we can do. Alright. And we're going to build workers here. Boom.
The Queen has begun to lay new eggs.
Perfect. We will soon have a thriving colony.
All these messages on the side are giving you information, so it's going to tell you, there's another one. You right-click them to get rid of them. Ant sees food, it'll pick it up. Yep. Expand your colony. Yep. Now you need resources, idle workers. I can pretty much tell you all this stuff anyways. So we have our little food supply. We're getting workers right here. That's all we have at the moment, but you do need a decent amount of workers, and we're going to have them go up to here. So if you see here, this is your nest. So these are your ants that stay in the nest and pretty much take care of the queen and distribute eggs to your various chambers. These are your what do you call them? Pheromone markers. So ants move by pheromones. They communicate with pheromones. And so basically what you do is you assign a group of ants based off of their nest area to a pheromone. So in this case, this is the ant group. So if you look, that's highlighted. This is your queen group. This is my worker ant group here. So the worker ants are going to be my first pheromone marker group. So what happens is you would select a different pheromone marker. See, I can put this here. Well, there's no ants assigned to this pheromone marker, so they're not going to go there. Then you have this kills your pheromone marker, and this tells them that they won't fight, and this tells them that they won't collect food, but they're green, so I want everybody to collect and all that stuff. I don't think there's any food on the outside here, at least not yet. So at this point, we would go do our first mission, and we will go ahead and get that started. So that's up here. This is your first mission right here, new home. Now when you're first starting, to get all the accomplishments, you need to do medium, hard, and insane. So if you're going to do accomplishments, I would suggest doing them in that order, and usually medium and hard, and then come back to insane later. And on hard, you're going to turn on challenge mode. So let's go ahead and do that now. And while that loads, I've got a message from my sponsor, who will now be joining us.
The spread of the coronavirus.
The FDA warned there could be potential disruptions to supply or shortages of critical medical
quarantine, because this is the temporary home for people who have been discharged from hospital but are waiting to test negative, or people.
This Formica Fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant.
Alrighty. So... yeah, there's no... outside of your formicarium, you have no digging restrictions and stuff like that. You also don't have a technology tree. So, yeah.
The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
Alrighty. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to do this number like this. This map is a little bit different. So basically what you've got going on here is, if you look here, you got green little question marks. Those are typically food, and they're harmless. This shows you there's dead corpses there, so there's food. And then the red apostrophes are dangerous, so you'll have to fight with them. And then this map has a certain layout. So the mission for this map is to kill all the nilbright creatures. So everything good and not so good. Let's go ahead. Actually, before you guys expand, I want you to lay down some worker plots. So in this time we have workers, and we also have warriors. So that's what we've got going on here. You guys can't do a whole lot now. And yes, I know how to play this map very well. I've played this game many times, but that's besides the point. I've actually replayed this multiple times, even though I have won, just because it is entertaining, and it's also entertaining to see how they change things up as they make the game bigger and better. Yep, so these are black ants, or Formica fusca. I am going to build a small food storage. In higher difficulties, I would not build a food storage, but this is easier difficulty, so I'm not too worried.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Let's have those ants go over there. A large mob. Then we got to go down like this. Now we will finally break into our first grandized opponent here.
The workers have uncovered carnivorous larvae of Ocypus olens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
Alrighty. Oh,
If the
he's still
ants had
going.
disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution.
Alright, so we had our first battle. Ochibiso lens. Pretty simple battle, actually. This
There are intruders in the
difficulty is a
nest.
lot easier. Alright, second battle, we got 3 this time. Wait for them to come through this little tunnel so we can swarm them. As if my ants come down here. There we go.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Right. Down 1, down 2, and down 3. There's not much left. So I'm a huge lover of ants and insects in general, but I do love ants very much. I always have. I actually am going to get my own ant terrarium, but at this moment that is not what's going on. All right, we're gonna get our first combat ants here. We will add them to the group, and we're going to expand. Now keep in mind, time is of the essence. A lot of the challenges want you to complete things within a certain time frame. So I will be doing I'll be moving pretty quickly.
There are intruders
This
in the
chamber is
nest.
going to be for workers, this chamber is going to be for warriors, and I probably won't need anything else after that. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill these. Oh, I moved a little too quickly. See how the ants are bouncing back and forth? That means we're losing damage per second. But it's all good because we will be fine. Alright, and then we go like this up to here. And just know that my angle of cutting things up here is the actual pathway that I use on the hardest difficulty. So if you're going to start the game and try on the hardest difficulty right away, that's cool. But also know that in your
There are intruders in
formicarium,
the nest.
the research that you do does apply to all your ants outside of your terrarium. So right now my ants have no research to them, they have no advantages, they have no upgrades. Whereas when I upgrade them, they will. And that will make a very, very big difference. In
ants
the
will
insane
fight to the
difficulty
death.
on challenge mode, it will make all the difference. Killed them, very nice. Alrighty. And so that's going to be it for today, guys. Tomorrow we will come through and we will finish cleaning this out on medium difficulty. I look forward to seeing you guys then, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.